Welcome back, everyone. It's your boy LeBrankston, and today we're deep diving into my personal thoughts and opinions on the new Call of Duty Black Ops 7 beta that has been going on these last couple days. Now, originally, I had a different video planned in regards to my personal thoughts of the beta, but then Treyarch dropped this tweet. Treyarch said, "Let's switch things up. Later today, we'll have two playlists in the Black Ops 7 beta mosh pit and a new option, Open Mosh Pit. Open Mosh Pit features a classic matchmaking where skill is minimally considered, featuring TDM, kill confirm, domination, hardpoint, and overload. Like all things in the beta, our collective goal is to gather critical in-game data and feedback to make Black Ops 7 the best experience possible. We'll continue testing throughout the remainder of the beta, so jump in and see what you think." So remember that last part, because we'll get into that later. So yeah, I had a whole different video of what I was going to say in regards to the Black Ops beta, but then that tweet dropped out, and I was like, all right, let me go play this to see if anything switched, because knowing Call of Duty and skill-based matchmaking, they probably put that tweet out there to be like, see, there's no difference, gotcha, now shut up about it and just play our game. So of course, as your Call of Duty expert here, LeBrankston Gaming, I had to deep dive into it and figure out what exactly felt different about this mosh pit and if it even worked. So I got my guy Janus on there. Shout out Janus. Me and him have been playing Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2. And we hopped into this open playlist and we played some games, and I was like, wow, this is a lot different than how the original playlist felt. So I'll talk a little bit about how it felt before that playlist dropped and after, my thoughts after of how I felt after that playlist dropped. So before the open playlist was launched, it definitely felt like a reskin Black Ops 6, but honestly, I don't know what y'all expected. I going from Black Ops 6 to Black Ops 7, they're probably not going to have time or the creativity or innovation to come up with a whole new game, especially with this supposable new engine with Modern Warfare 4 right around the corner. They probably just kept it the exact same, just with wall jumping and a couple other things that they'll add in there. And basically Black Ops 6 upgraded. I don't necessarily think it's Black Ops 6 DLC. I don't like looking at it that way, and it doesn't really feel that way either. But again, people are getting fatigued just from going from Black Ops 6 to Black Ops 7. Same thing with Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3. And also, like, a lot of people are just getting fatigued from getting a new Call of Duty game every single year, whether it's a Modern Warfare title to a Black Ops title or vice versa, or like a Vanguard to a Black Ops or a Vanguard to a Modern Warfare series. I think fans are just kind of getting tired of having a new Call of Duty game every single year. So that doesn't help going from a Black Ops 6 to Black Ops 7. Other than that, the gameplay felt great. Weapons were cool. Kill streaks were fun. And honestly, I really enjoyed the maps. They were very bright, beautiful, fun. The traditional 3 lanes that we kind of came up and grew up to love and enjoy, and just the basis of Call of Duty. Now, there are some things on the maps where I'm not too fond of. The snow map, where if you're playing a hardpoint or domination, and the B or the hardpoint 1, I think it is, where you can make it go up and down. That I don't like that, but that's just me. I'm sure some other people love it. Some people might not love it. But if that's all I really have to argue about the maps on, then we're fine. They're already light years way better than Black Ops 6 starter maps, so I'll take it. With all that being said, I was still doubtful for the future of Black Ops 7 due to one simple fact: skill-based matchmaking. It felt like an all-time high during the first day of the closed beta for Black Ops 7. I thought I was the only one who thought about that until I scrolled through Twitter, and literally all of my For You timeline of Twitter was filled with complaints of what felt like extremely high rate of skill-based matchmaking. Again, it's a closed beta, so it probably was going to feel like that no matter what, and I'm very curious to see what it looked like when the full game dropped. But still, it just felt way worse than Black Ops 6, and it was probably going to be high no matter what, but it felt almost impossible to play solo. And for myself, I almost solo queue all the time. A lot of my friends have fallen out of Call of Duty, unfortunately, so usually it's just me playing by myself, going through different lobbies, leveling up, camo grinding, all that stuff. And I knew I was upset because I knew this game at its core was honestly a really great Call of Duty. But again, I feel like skill-based matchmaking at this level will put a big hole in the game before it even dropped fully released on November 14th. And it almost made me not want to go back and play it anymore. And luckily, if it wasn't for me working during the weekend and me scrolling through Twitter at work and seeing that tweet that Treyarch put out, I probably wouldn't even hop back on the beta, except to maybe play it once or twice to get a couple more gameplays in, just to fill it up until November 14th drop and the full game came out. But then again, like I said, Treyarch dropped that tweet and we're back in business. So now diving into what my true thoughts and opinions are of the open mosh pit playlist that they dropped. First off, I was honestly shocked and also skeptical, especially with all the stuff that they've came out and said about skill-based matchmaking in the past of, oh, it's not really a real thing. Oh, the data shows this, the data shows that. And we'll get into the data because I'm sick and tired of this data that they have. So again, got in there, played with my boy Janus, and right from the jump, I could tell a difference. For one, matchmaking was lightning quick. I had no issues getting in. I loaded into a game before I even realized it. Like, I went up, got a water out, my mini fridge came back, and the game was already started on domination on one of the maps. I forgot, Forge probably. But for the game itself, I still went up against good competition. Again, I was still a little skeptical. You know, I kept dying right off the bat. But again, it's Call of Duty. You're not going to go every game 50-0. I noticed it felt different. Like, I was missing my shots, and I knew, like, I'm losing this game because I'm actually playing bad, not because the game already predetermined that I was going to lose. Like, I knew those guys weren't good. My aim was just so off that game that I knew that it was my fault. And I knew I was going up against good competition, but not all 6 of their players were the best CDL players of all time. I honestly played terrible that game, but I still went 25-25, which probably in the earlier version of the beta, that was probably the best I ever went in terms of KD ratio. So even though I knew I played bad, I knew it was me rather than the people I played against, meaning that if I actually played better by aiming better and hitting my shots, I knew I could have easily dropped 40 kills. I never felt that way before this playlist came out. And the next game, we even had 2 guys who were AFK on our team, and I knew right away, I was like, whoa, this is different. You know, I'm mad that they're AFK because we're playing Overdrive or whatever the new uplink game mode is called. And I was like, yo, we got 2 to 3 people who are AFK. That would never happen in the other playlist. And even though we had 3 guys who were AFK, again, they still only maybe had 2 guys on their team that were really good. And the other teams were just like average. Like, we were still getting our kills, we were still getting our kill streaks, we were still hitting some crazy plays, and I was honestly having a lot of fun with it. Again, there was solid competition, but this time I felt actually locked in and dropped around 40 kills and maybe like 7 deaths. And I was getting my kill streaks, enjoying the game with my friend, and it just felt like the old Call of Duty again. It felt like, I even told my buddy Janus while we were playing this, I was like, man, this feels a lot like Black Ops 4. Because me and him, he finally switched over from PlayStation to Xbox that year. He got Black Ops 4. We had a full team going every single game, just running pubs, doing everything. And it just felt so much fun being able to casually enjoy the game, talk with my friend about stupid stuff while playing Call of Duty instead of having to sweat it out and just feel like we're playing ranked all the time. So it just brought back the good positive memories of how I felt about Call of Duty multiplayer. And it honestly felt a lot like how it did in Black Ops 4 and in every single game pre-Modern Warfare 2019. So is the skill-based matchmaking really turned down? I think it definitely feels different. Now, you're never going to go back to the bot lobbies like how it used to be back in the day of where people don't know how to aim their gun or look around. Like, you're not going to get that anymore. As the game evolves, the player competition also evolves. So you're still going to get really great players. I think Chopper came out with a tweet. If you don't know who Chopper is, he's more of a zombie YouTuber. Make sure to go look him up. He went out with a tweet that was like, I don't think it's really skill-based matchmaking. I think it's more of player competition and how players have evolved since then. But then once that playlist came out, he was like, all right, maybe I was wrong or something like that. But either way, you're still going to get good competition on here. You're just not going to have to sweat as much. You can casually go in without having to fear of, all right, I'm going up against 6 CDL players this game. I just got to toughen it out for 5 games, and I'll get 1 good game, and then I get thrown right back down the drain. It doesn't feel like that. So I don't know how much they actually turn it down. It doesn't feel like it's turned down all the way to 0, but it's definitely not at 100% of skill-based matchmaking, where it has felt like in the past couple years. But most importantly, coming from a player that usually queues up solo, it definitely felt different for me. Just because, you know, I was getting some good teammates, getting some bad teammates some games, but I knew every game I had a chance to control my narrative and put us in a good situation to where we can win that hard point, we can win that domination, we can win that kill confirmed. And it's almost like the old Call of Duties where you're like, all right, hop on my back, come on, backpack time, I'm carrying us to victory. Whereas like in the past couple of years, you could try, but you were just going to get ran through over and over and over and over and over again. Now, with it being a beta, I'm curious to see what it's going to look like going into the full game. But you know, it does make me a little optimistic because you know if it stays like this, we do have a chance to get those Christmas noobs again. Those kids who get the game for their birthday, the day one game where everyone gets it on midnight release and everyone's still trying to figure it out, and you're going up against not just a skill-based matchmaking sweat fest, but a casual matchmaking based on your ping and location. So we might have the ability to experience that once again. Now on the flip side, I am a little pessimistic about this and a little worried about this because what I don't want to happen is this open mosh pit just become the best Call of Duty I've ever played, and they, one, don't bring over reduced skill-based matchmaking to the full game, or two, they keep it in a open mosh pit playlist that is just a playlist and not applying to the full game. Like I said, remember that tweet that I pulled up of where Treyarch's gonna follow their data and analyze and all that? I'm so sick and tired of this data that they have. When all you really have to do is go on social media and see all the tweets from everyone saying, this is the most fun I had in Call of Duty in a while. This is the best. I love this. It was definitely skill-based matchmaking. I don't care what they got to do. Just bring that over to the full game. Don't make it into a playlist mosh pit like they have right now. It needs to apply to all of multiplayer outside of ranked. Put all your skill-based matchmaking into ranked. I don't care what you do in ranked. That's what you need to do, because I know if you just keep it into open mosh pit playlists, you're gonna lose a lot of players before the game even hits season 1. I've already seen a lot of tweets, a lot of YouTubers saying that if it's an open mosh pit playlist, they're not gonna play it. They're already ready for Battlefield dropping this week. So Treyarch, the ball's in your court, guys. Y'all already have all the answers. Go look at your social media. Don't become analytic geeks and focus on your data that you probably even made up, because it's going to be skewed. Listen to your fans and understand that this is the way we want to move, or else we're probably going to go to Battlefield or Arc Raiders or whatever else new game comes out. Again, Call of Duty feels so fun to play right now, and this could be easily a really great Call of Duty with how much content we're supposed to be getting, the maps, the weapons, the gameplay, the wall jumps. It just feels great, man. So again, Call of Duty finally feels fun to play, man. Open playlist that they dropped. You know, a lot of YouTubers have also been saying like, oh, I don't really feel a difference. I don't feel that. You guys are arguably playing with some of the best players like Scump, the Optic guys, the FaZe guys. Like, they're all running 6-man lobbies. When you're running 6-man teams, you're already getting a reduced skill-based matchmaking anyways. I don't know exactly how that works, but I've always thought about that, running with the full squad rather than solo. I think if they ran solo, you're gonna get into some sweaty lobbies with skill-based matchmaking. But if you ran solo, you would understand the difference of how it feels. So I'd take those comments with a grain of salt. But on that, I rest my case. I hope you guys enjoyed the beta. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys do like this video, make sure to leave a like, leave a sub, share with your friends. Go follow all the social media and the links down in the description. And let me know what you guys think about this skill-based matchmaking versus open mosh pit playlist. Did y'all feel a difference or not? Leave a comment down below. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.